Okay, hello everybody. What is up? What is up? Happy Friday the 13th. Redstone Pro here, back with another live stream. We are back for the first time since the blizzard of 2026, which was exactly 2 weeks ago. Rather 2.5 weeks ago. We are live here. We got Ivan in the house here. What's up, Ivan? We got Ethan in the house as well. What is up, Ethan? Hello everybody. Welcome. We are live here on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, right here in New York City. On this Friday the 13th evening. It is a cold night here in New York City. It is 40 degrees right now, Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius. It is a windy night here as well. So we're just gonna do our best to just walk around here and get the stream going. Thank you all once again for joining me live here. Let me put up the widget, the weather widget at the bottom of the screen. There you guys have it. That is the weather widget as well as the time, date and time. It is Friday, March the 13th, Friday the 13th, 2026. The time now is 7:08 p.m. Eastern Time. It is rush hour as well here in New York City. We are in the middle of rush hour here. So right now we are located right along West 96th Street, and this is Amsterdam Avenue. Right here on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. So we're just gonna walk around here for the next couple of hours or so and just check out what's going on as we go along here. The weather here in New York City and along the East Coast has been a bit bipolar. We did hit 70 degrees as well as 80 degrees earlier in the week. Central Park, they broke a record for setting for the earliest 80-degree day. That was set back on Tuesday. And we've had some crazy weather here, up and down weather. We had the blizzard 2 weeks ago. That was the last time that I was live streaming. That was the blizzard of 2026. And we had spring-like weather earlier in the weekend. Now we are back down to more winter-like weather here in New York City. Okay, so with that said, we are going to get things going here. All right, so let's start walking here. This is West 96th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. We're gonna keep walking down West 96th Street here towards Riverside Park. We're gonna check out what's going on along Riverside Park. That is our first time visiting Riverside Park this year. And this church right here, this is the Holy Name of Jesus and St. Gregory the Great Parish Church. All right, so thank you once again for joining me live. We are live here once again. And it wouldn't be New York City without all of the honking and traffic all of the noise from traffic. Hope everyone has had a wonderful week. And it has been an eventful last 2 weeks. Of course, we got the war in Iran taking place. The supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, the Ayatollah, he was killed during the first day of the war there in Iran. So much going on in the world as we speak right at the moment. Let's hope that peace can prevail at the end of everything. All of the conflict, all of the unfortunate events taking place all throughout the world. Okay, so this is Broadway here. We are approaching Broadway right along 96th Street. It is a beautiful but cold evening here in New York City. And we have Chaos here who says, rest in peace to New York City. New York City is very much alive. Very much alive. Not for long, says Chaos. Well, let's see. We can only hope for the best. Through all of the world's turmoil and conflict and wars and everything else going on. Okay, so we got this Mexican food truck right over here. Of course, they always selling some good stuff. You got some hungry folks there lining up. And we're gonna make our way over to Riverside Park, right along the west side of Manhattan and the Hudson River there. Chaos says, just as long as the rest of us don't have to bail New York City out again. I'm pretty sure that whatever might take place, and we're hoping that nothing really takes place, you know, as far as the negative events, bad events, you know, that New York City can, you know, get itself out of it and recover, just like we did on 9/11. New York City, we are a resilient city. You know, we've been through 9/11, we've been through Hurricane Sandy, Superstorm Sandy back in 2012. And we have recovered from both events, so we can definitely recover from just about anything. Everyone wants to know, when was the last time I went to Queens? The last time I went to Queens, actually it's been a while. I don't think I remember the last time I went to Queens. It's definitely been a few months at least. But we'll definitely live stream from Queens at some point. We'll definitely go to Queens as soon as there's something going on, you know, that's worthy of a live stream there. So we'll definitely be stopping by Queens. And we do have the St. Patrick's Day Parade taking place on Tuesday here in Manhattan. So I'll be live for that event. So make sure you guys join me for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. That'll be taking place Tuesday morning, this coming Tuesday. And this is West End Avenue. What about Staten Island? The last time I went to Staten Island, that was sometime last year. That was sometime last year. Staten Island is often regarded as the forgotten borough. Staten Island, of course, is the least populated of New York City's 5 boroughs. And we had the Super Mario anniversary on Tuesday. So happy anniversary to Super Mario and friends. as we make our way over to Riverside Park. Have you heard about what happened to the Bay Plaza Mall? Oh yes, there was a teen takeover of the Bay Plaza Mall in the Bronx. Basically, a bunch of kids, they just gathered there. They started to acting up. Rowdy kids. And there was a similar incident, a similar takeover over in Brooklyn Bridge Park, which took place a couple of days ago. Just a bunch of rowdy kids. They post about meeting up over in social media. They post about social media, with a time and location. A bunch of people show up, and that's when, things go wrong. You got a bunch of kids acting up, fights breaking out. So unfortunately, social media enables these things to take place. And of course, as the weather gets warmer, we'll be seeing more of those, unfortunately. That's why it's good to, just avoid crowds in general sometimes, because you don't know what, they might be up to and what their agendas is. All right, so we have made it here. We are right near the far west side of Manhattan here, as we make our way over to Riverside Park. We can see just how windy it is right now. You got some of the leaves blowing around here. So thank you all once again for joining me here on this Friday the 13th evening. And hello to Tina. What's up, Tina? Nice to see you. We are back on the streets. Yes, we are. And I even wants to know, are there hotels here? I'm sure there's a few. There are definitely a few right along Broadway. There's a few hotels. So yes, it is good to be back. This is our first live stream since the blizzard of 2026. That was 2 weeks ago. And we have seen bipolar weather. Of course, we had the blizzard 2 weeks ago. We had 80-degree weather just a few days ago, and now we are back here towards winter-like weather. We are back to our normal weather, our normal winter weather. And we did have some snow as well. We did have some snow yesterday as well, although none of it accumulated. Fernando came to say hi to us in your last live stream. Yes, I remember that. He was in the chat. Yes, he was in the chat for a little bit there. That is the view looking west towards New Jersey, with the sun just setting about 10 minutes ago. Sunset time tonight was at 7:01 p.m. And Fernando, more than likely he'll be live tomorrow for the midnight moment over in Times Square. He covers those every Saturday night. All right, so not much going on here. It is a rather quiet Friday evening here. Not many folks are out right now compared to what we had a few days ago. Lots of folks were out and about taking advantage of the rather unusually warm weather. It was about 30 degrees warmer than usual. Gil TV will be at the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and I think he's gonna go live. Yes, we'll be going live as well. I'll be going live for the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Tuesday. The St. Patrick's Day Parade, one of the city's biggest parades. I'll be live to cover that event. Just gonna grab a quick picture here. Just want to make sure I have a few pictures to post later. And Seafot will be there. Most likely he will be. Yes, he's the biggest streamer here in New York City. So I would think he's definitely there. He'll definitely be there. Action Kid used to be the city's biggest streamer, but since he doesn't reside in the city anymore, you know, that is Seafot's spot. Seafot is now the biggest streamer here in New York City. And what is up to Holla? Nice to see you, Holla. How's it going? Happy Friday the 13th. It is a beautiful, beautiful evening here, right along West Drive, or Riverside Drive. This is Riverside Drive, and Riverside Park right here to my right. Hope you guys are enjoying the brand new weather widget down at the bottom of the screen, so you no longer have to type in the command. This is all real-time weather information. Everything is good, Holla. Everything is good. Beautiful sunset towards the west as we look towards New Jersey, the Hudson River and New Jersey right behind those trees there. Okay, so once again, I'll be live on Tuesday to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade. That parade will be taking place Tuesday morning. I believe they kick off at around 10 a.m. I got to see exactly when the start time is there, but I'll be live to cover that. And we also have the New York International Auto Show, which begins in April. I believe in 3 weeks from now, we'll be live to cover the New York City or the New York International Auto Show. We'll be live for that event. Just a little distraction from everything going on all over the world. Of course, we got the war in Iran. We got the war that continues to take place between Ukraine and Russia. We had a couple of incidents here in the United States involving anti-Semitic attacks. We have so much going on here, and we can only hope that at the end of all of this, you know, peace can ultimately prevail. That is what we need right now. Such a chaotic and such a cruel and chaotic world we are living in right now. All right, so it is quiet here right along Riverside Drive and Riverside Park on this Friday the 13th evening. I miss the snow. I really miss the snow. Ivan says to tell Gil TV I said hi. If you see him at the St. Patrick's Day parade, I definitely will, Ivan. I definitely will. The last time I saw Gil TV was at the, what was it, the Lunar New Year event. That was about 2 weeks ago. He was live for that event. And right here we got some production trucks here. It looks like they're filming a movie here or a TV show. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got this is a film called Cheche. Cheche, a movie called Cheche is being filmed right here in the area. And that is the permit right there. Alright, so the production trucks that you guys see here, this is for the movie, an upcoming film called Cheche. And we got Artie here. Hello, Artie. It is nice to see you back as well. Yes, I did make an appearance on Gil TV's live. I was not live myself. I was just recording some video, but he was live. He was live that day for the Lunar New Year. All right, look at all of the trailers here. These are all production trucks, trailers, as they film the movie Cheche. Marianne from Love to Travel was with him. Marianne was actually covering the St. Patrick's Day parade over in Newark, New Jersey. She was live earlier to cover the parade there in Newark, New Jersey. And no doubt she'll be live for the main parade on Tuesday, right along 5th Avenue here in Manhattan. So she was covering the parade over in Newark, New Jersey today. Shout out to Marianne from Love to Travel. Shout out to Fernando as well from Super Friends NYC. And shout out to Sifat from Live Walking NYC. Oh, actually, no, he's the New York City Walking Show. I'm sorry, New York City Walking Show. Al is Live Walking NYC. We have so many channels here, so many streamers here in New York. And shout out to Gil as well from Gil TV. Shout out to all of the New York City in real life streamers. And shout out to everyone here right now. Okay, this is the last of the trailers here. Actually, no, I think we might have a couple of more down this way. Let's see. Super shout out. Yes, that's the way he would say it. Super friends, super shout out. Look at the beautiful sun setting towards the west. Hey, hello to Kobe. Hello, Kobe. Nice to see you here. Welcome back. Right now we are walking along. This is Riverside Drive, and we have Riverside Park right here to the right. And that is the Hudson River behind those trees. That is the Hudson River, and beyond that, that is New Jersey. As the sun is setting towards the west there. Colby says, I love New York. Yes. And right here we can see the Made in New York sign right there. That is their logo, the city's logo for film production. Alright, so these trailers here that you guys see, this is all part of the movie that is being filmed. The film's name is Cheche. And Mao Liang was on Guild TV's live stream. Is it quiet on a Friday? Relatively speaking, right now it is relatively quiet. This is a quiet Friday evening. Although this part of New York City, this part of Manhattan, tends to be a bit quieter than the rest of the borough. The Upper West Side in general, this is a pretty quiet area for the most part. Once you start walking back towards Broadway, you know, that is where you see more pedestrian traffic and, you know, noise in general. Okay, so let's go into Riverside Park here. We're just gonna go down this path here. And we're gonna go right along the bike path here that runs parallel to the Hudson River. It is beautiful here. Oh, we got dogs here.
That was when the romance actually happened.
It is beautiful. Right along Riverside Park. As we got folks who are walking their dogs. They certainly let the dogs out. Beautiful girl. Ivan says all 4 members of the Beatles will get their own biopic movies. It is nice to know that. And they certainly deserve that. Why not? Alright, so it is quiet. We can see just how quiet it is here inside of Riverside Park. No doubt a few days ago this would have been different with the spring-like temperatures that we saw here. Temperatures in the 70s and all the way up to 80 degrees. That was the temperature that was recorded in Central Park. Central Park, by the way, they broke the record for the earliest 80-degree day. We got beautiful blue skies high above us. And we got my sister here. What is up, Esita? Nice to see you. Happy Friday the 13th. As we got more and more of you showing up here in the chat. And that traffic right there, that is the Henry Hudson Parkway. That is traffic heading northbound towards the Bronx. It is cold outside. Yes, it is cold. It is cold. Compared to what we saw, what we had a few days ago, it is definitely cold. We are back to winter. We did have spring for a couple of days earlier this week. But it is cold again. Although it's not too bad. Honestly, it is not too bad. Especially when you're walking, it is not too bad. It is not too bad right now. And tomorrow we are expecting temperatures to be a bit warmer. The temperature, the high temperature tomorrow will be, let's see, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the forecasted high temperature for tomorrow. So about a few degrees warmer than today. Okay, so right now we are located inside of Riverside Park. It is rather quiet. It is rather empty. Not many folks are out. Very few folks are. We just saw a few folks with their dogs. So this is a rather quiet Friday evening. As we make our way back out towards Riverside Drive. We're just going to continue our walk here. Okay, I believe this is, what street is this here? This might be 72nd Street here. Okay, so this is what we have going on here. Not much at all. Honestly, we don't have much going on here. So we're just gonna keep walking and hopefully we'll see something worthwhile here. It is pretty quiet right now. Not much taking place here. That is traffic that is exiting the Henry Hudson Parkway. As we wait to cross the street here. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. Hope everyone's week has been great. Although the same can be said, you know, for parts of the world, of course. We got the war in Iran. We still have the war in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia. We had a couple of incidents, terrorist incidents that took place yesterday in Michigan and in Virginia. Those apparently appear to have been linked to the war with Iran. And of course there is the advisory or warning that has been sent out here in New York City as well. So we can only hope that, you know, that things, you know, as far as bad as they are right now, you know, that they don't get any worse and that we don't see any further incidents, especially here. And on the west coast of the United States as well, Iran did make a threat of sending missiles and drones over to the west coast. So hopefully that can be avoided. We gotta pray and hope that peace will prevail at the end of the day. Okay, so the time now is 7:40 p.m. East Coast time. Temperature 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 4 degrees Celsius. as we continue our walk here, right along Riverside Park and Riverside Drive. Beautiful evening here. It is rather cold compared to what we saw earlier in the week, where we had spring-like temperatures all the way up to the 70s and 80-degree mark. As I had mentioned a few minutes ago, Central Park breaking that record for the earliest 80-degree day. Okay, so this is just we're just having a little peaceful walk here. It is rather quiet, it is rather peaceful, pretty uneventful so far. All right, and we are back here along Riverside Drive. Okay, we're gonna cross the street here. Let me go back here towards the crosswalk and just cross the street here. All right, so once again, I'll be live on Tuesday to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So make sure you guys join me on Tuesday morning, as we cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade live from here in New York City, right along 5th Avenue. The luck of the Irish is upon us. And if you guys would like to become a channel member, the link is right there in the chat. That is always a great way to support the channel by becoming a member today. You'll get exclusive emojis and badges as well to use in the chat. Beautiful homes here. One of the most exclusive areas right here on the west side. Okay, so not much going on here. I wish there was something going on here. It is quiet right now. It is quiet. It is pretty quiet on this Friday the 13th night. And shout out to the FDNY, of course, New York, the New York Fire Department, New York's bravest. All right, so we're gonna continue our walk here. We're gonna head down towards, let's see, I think I'm gonna head down towards Broadway. And we'll just continue our walk south along there. We don't really have much going on here. So we're just gonna continue our walk. We're gonna go down to Broadway and just continue the live stream there. Okay, this right here, I believe this is 72nd Street here. So we're just gonna continue right along here on 72nd Street. And we got rush hour traffic right along here. So this is, for the most part right now, this is a relatively quiet evening, quiet night here on the Upper West Side. Wasn't really expecting much here tonight. Honestly, this is just our normal live stream. Uneventful for the most part. Okay, so we have made our way here back towards West End Avenue. Let's see, we can just, whichever way we can cross first. Okay, we're gonna cross this way here. Wait, not yet. Not yet. Okay, this traffic light appears to be stuck. They're both pointing red here in both directions. Okay, now that one says green. Okay. All right, so we're gonna make our way over to Broadway, and then from Broadway we'll just continue walking south right along here on the Upper West Side, and from there we'll just be making our way into Midtown and check out what's going on in and around Midtown. But it is pretty quiet right now. We got this barber shop right over here. They're doing business. All right, so here we are. This is right along West 72nd Street on this Friday the 13th night.
That will be my birthday gift.
Let me just take a picture of the street here so I can upload this later on tonight.
I look
Okay, and while we're streaming here, let me take a moment here to acknowledge the passing of Ernie Anastas. Ernie Anastas, for those of you not familiar with him, he was a news anchor here in New York City for decades. He anchored the news over on ABC, ABC 7 here, as well as on Fox, WNYW, Fox 5, WCBS, Channel 2, as well as on WWOR-TV, Channel 9. He was such a fixture here in New York City. Such a classy, classy man. He covered many of the events that took place here, including 9/11. Ernie Anastas was such a legend, such a fixture here on local TV and on local news. Rest in peace to Ernie Anastas. And by the way, he was 82 years old. I do have a picture. Here's a picture of him right there. Ernie Anastas, rest in peace. Okay, so we have made our way over to Broadway. This is Verde Square. As we continue our walk here. This is Broadway right here to my right, and right over here we got Amsterdam Avenue. This is where we started our live stream down by 96th Street. So we are located now right along 72nd Street here. And we can see the rush hour traffic. We do have some signs of life here. It is no longer quiet. All right, so we're just going to continue walking right along here on Amsterdam as we continue to walk south towards Midtown. We got the famous Gray's Papaya spot right over here. Neighborhood fixture.
What do you mean?
Oh, beautiful.
We got this food truck right over here. This one is called Landia. Landia. It is parked right along here on Amsterdam and 71st Street.
You get stressed. And so
Oh, I like the newsletter.
Okay, and I do want to give you guys an update on the World Baseball Classic. For those of you interested or have been watching the World Baseball Classic, we do have two games taking place tonight. These are quarterfinal games. We have the Dominican Republic against Korea. Right now, that game is in the bottom of the third inning. Dominican Republic, they are trouncing Korea right now, the Korean team. The score there is 7-0. 7-0. They are in the bottom of the third inning. And we do have the USA taking on Canada. Team USA versus Canada. That game about to start. About to get on the way in a little bit. So those are the two quarterfinal games taking place tonight. And we do have two more quarterfinal games taking place tomorrow. We have Puerto Rico taking on Italy, and we have Venezuela against Japan. Those are the two quarterfinal games taking place tomorrow. Of course, Italy being one of the surprise teams at this year's World Baseball Classic. All right, so we're just continuing our walk here right along. This is Amsterdam. Actually, this is Broadway now. This is Broadway just crossed over here. Okay, so we are along Broadway now. We are walking along Broadway now. As we are making our way south towards Midtown, we should be there in about, I would say maybe 10 minutes. As we are making our way here into the Lincoln Square neighborhood, right where Lincoln Center is located. Okay, we got this upcoming movie here. This is Ready or Not 2. Here I Come in theaters March 20th. In 1 week from tonight. By the way, this theater here, this multiplex, this is the AMC Lincoln Square multiplex right here. And we do have Scary Movie 7 as well, playing right now in theaters. All right, so we are approaching Lincoln Square here on this rather quiet Friday the 13th night in New York City. And thank you all once again for joining me here. We don't have a big audience tonight. We have a moderate size, rather small size crowd audience tonight, but shout out to everyone here. Hopefully everyone has been having a wonderful week. Happy weekend to everybody. It is the weekend. Okay, let's make it across here right as the light is changing. Okay, so as we continue our live stream here, let me point the camera at the corner here of 66th Street and Columbus Avenue right there. That spot right there, which is now vacant. That used to be the old ABC building. That is where Eyewitness News, the studio there, the news studio, that is where they used to broadcast from, as well as other shows, ABC shows. That building has since been demolished. It's rather incredible how fast that took place. So right here on the corner of 66th Street, West 66th Street and Columbus Avenue, we can see the old ABC building, which has since been demolished. ABC, they have their headquarters down in Lincoln, what is it, Hudson Square. That is where they are located now, down in Lincoln Square, or rather Hudson Square, Hudson Square. So just a little note there. And right now we are located inside of Richard Tucker Park. This is Richard Tucker Park right here, all part of the Lincoln Square neighborhood. And right over here we got the Juilliard School. That's a famous dance school there. All right, so we're gonna stop by Lincoln Center here real quick, and then we'll continue our walk into Midtown. So let's just check out what's going on here in Lincoln Center real quick. I don't really expect anything here at all, but let's just take a look and see if there is anything to check out on this very quiet Friday night. This is a boring stream. This is a very boring stream. But I'm trying to do my best to just keep it entertaining on my end here. Okay, so we do have some continuing rush hour traffic. We are still in the middle of rush hour here, and let's check out what's going on here in Lincoln Center. All right, beautiful Lincoln Center, of course. We got the opera, the Metropolitan Opera House right there in the middle. That is the main venue here. And of course, right here we have the famous Revson Fountain. Always a beautiful fountain to see here in Lincoln Center. Look how beautiful. Hey, what is up to Andrew on this boring Friday night? What is up, Andrew? It is boring right now. Live on the Friday the 13th. This is pretty boring right now for Friday the 13th. I was expecting more. Okay, so we have a crowd here. We have an event taking place here inside of the Metropolitan Opera House. Let's see what is being shown here tonight. Okay, let's see here. Not sure what's taking place here. Oh, okay. Here we have a sold out event here. This is the Richard Wagner Tristan und Isolde. This event is taking place right here, right now. That is the crowd that you see there. Okay, so this is a Richard Wagner Tristan und Isolde in one of the most highly anticipated events of the season. Once in a generation soprano Lise Davidson makes her Metro debut as the proud Princess Isolde, opposite tenor Michael Spires as the heroic Tristan. Music director Yannick Nazé-Zegin conducts a new production by Yuval Sharon, hailed as the most visionary opera director of his generation by the New York Times. All right, so that is the show here. Appears to be an opera production here. This is Tristan und Isolde by Richard Wagner. And right here we can see the entrance to the Metropolitan Opera House as the folks get screened here right before they go in. So that is what we have taking place here tonight. Tristan und Isolde. I'm sure stuff going down in Times Square. We'll be going to Times Square later tonight. But otherwise, this is a rather quiet, rather dull live stream. This is a boring New York City night. I wish we had snow right now. I wish, at least we could have had something to cover. One last look here at the Revson Fountain and the rest of the complex of Lincoln Center. Beautiful. It is beautiful. Let me just see if I can get a quick shot here before we continue our walk here. All right, so we're going to continue our walk here as we head back towards Broadway. This was just a little visit to Lincoln Center as they have a production, a showing, an opera showing taking place here tonight. It has been relatively quiet so far. Once again, I'll be live on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade. That'll be taking place along Fifth Avenue. That parade takes place Tuesday morning. So make sure you guys join me for that. The St. Patrick's Day Parade, one of the biggest parades of the year. And we'll be live for that on Tuesday. And hello to Todd and Mary. Nice to see you wonderful folks back here. And hello to everyone in Nashua, New Hampshire. And all throughout the New England region. Happy Friday the 13th to Todd and Mary. And Lena Adelina, she is not in the chat right now as far as I'm aware. But shout out to Lena. I am missing my moderators. Although Colby, I believe Colby was here earlier. But Lena and Peter, my other two mods, they are not here right now. Artie says this walk is relaxing. It is definitely relaxing, although I wish more, there was actually more taking place. But thank you, Artie. Thank you for sticking around here on this relatively quiet live stream here. Yeah, Lena's not here. Lena's not here. Hopefully she's okay. Where are you right now? Right now we are approaching Columbus Circle. Columbus Circle and 59th Street. That is where we are approaching right now. This is right along Broadway. And don't let Jason sneak up on us. Oh, of course not. Jason, he should be resting at the bottom of Crystal Lake. Oh, that is the hope at least. He should be somewhere chained up in, at the bottom of Crystal Lake. All right, so as I mentioned a minute ago, we are approaching, this is Columbus Circle here. On this Friday the 13th night, we have the Central Park Tower right up there. That is the tallest, the world's tallest residential building right there, the Central Park Tower, overlooking the rest of New York City from high above. I hope that Lena, lovely Lena Adelina, is doing good. I hope she is. As we are back here to winter-like weather after experiencing spring-like weather earlier in the week, where temperatures soared all the way up to the 70s and 80 degrees over in Central Park. That was the recorded high temperature over in Central Park on Tuesday. Central Park breaking that record for the earliest 80-degree day of the year. So we have been experiencing some pretty bipolar weather here. We did have some snow as well yesterday, some light snow, which was preceded by some rain as well the day before. So we go from, you know, the blizzard 2 weeks ago to spring-like temperatures here. Okay, and this right here, this installation right here, this is all part of the Super Mario, the Mario anniversary, located inside here of the shops at Columbus Circle. So this mural, this artwork that you guys see here, this is all part of the Mario celebration, the Super Mario celebration here. This will be shown here until Sunday, the 15th. And right here we can see that is Princess Peach up there. And this is all part of the Super Mario Galaxy movie that is coming up in theaters. Let's see if we can just get a glimpse of it here. They are pretty strict with live streaming here, so we're just going to stick around here for a minute or so just to get a little quick look here. We can see Princess Peach's throne right over here as well. You guys can take a picture of that. Although right now they are closed for that. So right here we can see the throne, Princess Peach's throne right here, as well as the rest of the art installation right here, all part of the Mario anniversary, which took place on Tuesday.
Okay. Bye bye. See you soon.
All right, so that is the time and the dates. They'll be here till Sunday. And right here we can see Princess Peach and the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie. That movie will be premiering, when does that movie come out? It doesn't show here. Let me see. Super Mario Galaxy movie. That movie premieres on April the 1st. Okay, April the 1st is when the movie premieres. So you guys can come down here tomorrow and Sunday between the hours of 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. You can get your picture taken there on the throne of Princess Peach. And right here we can see the rest of the installation to celebrate Mario and the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie. All right, let me see if I can get a quick picture here before I exit the shops here. You guys might see my phone here for a second. I'm just grabbing a quick picture here. All right, so let's exit the shops here at Columbus Circle. So once again, this art installation will be here till Sunday. All part of the Super Mario celebrations, the anniversary of Super Mario and the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which premieres in theater on April the 1st. Okay, and we have Lin Jin here. Hello, Lin Jin. And we have Jonathan here. Hello, Jonathan. You guys just took a little glimpse here of the Super Mario art installation inside of the shops at Columbus Circle. This will be here till Sunday. All part of the Super Mario anniversary. Super Mario, one of the most iconic video game characters. He has been around since the early 1980s. And we got the Christopher Columbus monument right there, for which this square Columbus Circle is named after. Okay, so here we are, Columbus Circle on this Friday the 13th night. And shout out to Super Mario and Princess Peach, as well as Luigi and Yoshi and all of the characters from Super Mario. And shout out to everyone in the Mushroom Kingdom. All right, so we're gonna walk here. We are back here on Broadway. Let's continue our walk here on Broadway. Ivan is hoping for a Kung Fu Panda 5. That would be interesting. We got to see Po back in action. Po the panda, the karate panda.
Coaching out.
All right, so we are back here walking along Broadway. We have made our way into Midtown as we just checked out the Super Mario art installation inside of the shops at Columbus Circle. That is all part of the Mario anniversary, as well as to promote the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie, which hits theaters April the 1st.
And it is the Hoboken, Jersey City.
Okay, let me see if I can just grab a picture here real quick before we continue our walk. And Chris Pratt will reprise his role in the movie. Ivan, you can definitely get a job over on TMZ. You certainly know all of your entertainment stuff. Chris Pratt will be back in the Garfield movie sequel as the voice of Garfield. Okay, well, that's nice to know. Thank you, Ivan, for that information. Ivan, he is our entertainment reporter here. All right, so here we are on Broadway. We are approaching Times Square. We'll be in Times Square in about 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna check out what's going on in Times Square on this Friday the 13th night. But great, nevertheless. We got one of the famous Sabret hot dogs here, hot dog stand. I wonder if Jack Black will sing another Britney Spears song in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. That would be interesting to see if he does. It is a beautiful night here in New York City, of course. And hello to Peter. Nice to see you, Peter. Good evening. Back in the saddle yet again. Yes, we are, Peter. It is nice to see you here, my friend. We got one of our moderators in the chat right now. Nice to see you, Peter. And hello to everyone in Tennessee. Okay, so here we are in Midtown Manhattan as we are approaching Times Square. This stream has been, for the most part, pretty quiet. So if you guys enjoy a relaxing, quiet stream, you are in the perfect spot right now. This is the perfect stream just to sit back and relax and enjoy the sights and sounds. Peter says the YouTube notifications are unreliable. I have noticed that myself. I have a lot of the other YouTubers, their channels, their notifications on, and I rarely see them on my phone. So you have to just check manually to see who's online and who's doing what. But I'm glad to see you here. Okay, we got the Ed Sullivan Theater right over here with the, of course, this is home to the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. This show, by the way, is about to come to an end in May, I believe. His last show, the last show here will be taking place in May. After CBS canceled the show here last year. So here we are, this is the entrance to the Ed Sullivan Theater. Okay, only Late Show employees are permitted at this time. And right here, if you guys want to hopefully be able to get some tickets to some of the last shows to take place here, there is the QR code right there. So only 2 months left, for the Late Show, unfortunately. And we can look back here at the marquee. Ivan is asking, which Britney Spears song should Jack Black sing next? That's a good, interesting little question there. Perhaps, I don't know. Oops, I Did It Again? I don't know. I really don't know. If we haven't sang that song, then perhaps he should go ahead and pick that one. That is her, one of her bigger hits. That is the song that propelled Britney Spears' career. Her musical career. Colbert ends on May the 21st. Okay, so just about 2 months. And once that show comes to a close, we'll be left with just what is it, Jimmy Kimmel Live over on ABC, and of course the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon over on NBC. Okay, beautiful night here in New York City. Ivan says he should sing Oops, I Did It Again as Bowser. I cannot imagine that song with Bowser's voice. That would be a bit awkward, a bit weird to hear that song with Bowser's voice.
Yeah.
All right, we got Fallout here, season 2. Over on Prime, the Prime app. Season 2 began back in December. So this is a rather old billboard here. And of course we have one of the many gift shops in and around the Times Square area. This is just one here. Okay, so we have 40 of you here. Thank you all so much. Hope you guys are having a wonderful night here. Happy Friday the 13th. Happy weekend. Okay, so we are entering Times Square here, and we're just gonna walk around, check out what's going on here in Times Square on this Friday night. The weekend is upon us. What is the maximum number of Friday the 13th that can occur in a given year? I believe this is the second one already this year, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this is the second one. Didn't we have one like, what was it, in January? I believe this is the second one. Artie says the famous crazy Times Square. This is the crazy square, the crossroads of the world. And Jack Black should come back as Po in Kung Fu Panda. It wouldn't be Po without Jack Black. Look how beautiful all of the sights and sounds. We got all of the LED screens, the billboards. Everything is coming to life here. Always a great visit. And Peter says the answer is 3. And all Friday the 13th have the first of the month on a Sunday. That is interesting, Peter. I did not know that. We always have something new to learn. As we fill our brains with knowledge.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I just opened So I'm here on this corner of the. So I am right.
Okay, after having been streaming here for the last hour and a half here, we are in Times Square. It has been quiet for most of the stream, but we are here in Times Square. This should fill some of the void left out earlier in the stream. Okay, and we do have Alicia Keys here. Let me mute that for a moment. Okay, we are back here too, normal audio. And when you are old like I am, I have a brain filled with useless knowledge. It might seem useless at the moment, but you never know when you can actually put it to use. So the next time we have Friday the 13th, we'll remember this night here. We'll definitely remember this night, whenever that is. Whenever the next one occurs. Oh, well, I remember when Peter mentioned, gave us some facts. So thank you, Peter, for your knowledge. And thank you to Ivan for all of your entertainment facts as well. We have two very smart folks here. All right, so we are here in a lively Times Square. The temperature right now is 39 degrees Fahrenheit, as you guys can see there on the bottom widget.
That was like an intrusive thought that I wish I could never.
This is what Friday the 13th night looks like here at the crossroads of the world. And once again, I'll be live on Tuesday to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So make sure you guys join me On Tuesday, we'll be live to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade taking place along 5th Avenue here in Manhattan. So we'll be live for that event. That will start in the morning, I believe, at 11 a.m. We'll be live streaming that event. The St. Patrick's Day Parade, one of the biggest parades of the year. And we do have the New York International Auto Show taking place as well. I'll be live to cover the New York International Auto Show. That event begins on April the 1st, on April Fool's Day. That is one of the 2 press days. I'll be live to cover the New York International Auto Show on the 1st. And we got King Kong here as well, the usual, one of the usual characters here. All right, we got a lot of folks here on this chilly night. Okay, and we have one of the, looks like they're doing one of these music videos right here in Times Square. You guys can see right there, we got the group of dancers there, beautiful dancers. Let me zoom in on that. Peter says that the parade starts at 11 a.m. Are the New York City kids on spring break so they can watch the parade? I have to look into that. All right, so while we look at the dancers here, let me look at the public school students to see when they go on spring break here. Okay, spring break here begins on April the 2nd. April the 2nd, so that is according to Google. So unfortunately, looks like they'll be missing the St. Patrick's Day Parade unless they call out from school.
Oh. No, you're wrong. Cut. Hey.
Look how beautiful they are.
Take a kneecap. Oh. I love Adrian. Adrian's up. Hey. Oh yeah, get it, baby. Get it, baby.
Yo, go weed on deck, y'all. Go weed on deck. Go weed on deck.
Get it wrong, gang.
Like, I wonder what camera is that?
What the fuck?
What? The lights on it.
My phone ain't died. It must have died. In my pocket. Oh, what the fuck did I do in my pocket?
Yo, I'm not going live on TikTok.
I don't know. You know how your phone be on? I think I was doing
I'm not going live on TikTok.
my shit died.
Alright, are you looking? I'm not even looking. Alright.
All right, we got this group of dancers here performing in the middle of Times Square. We've seen these groups here before. Not sure if they're the same group we have seen before, but we have seen similar groups as they are filmed these music videos here. Beautiful. All right. And thank you, Peter, for the reminder. I have not mentioned that throughout the stream tonight. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like the stream here. Make sure to subscribe. As we look at these beautiful group of dancers. Okay, so looks like they're off. Looks like they're on their way. All right, so this is what Times Square looks like on this Friday the 13th night. Very active. We got a whole lot of folks just hanging around here. Okay, perhaps looks like they're gonna continue to dance here. Let's see. Okay, looks like they're continuing to dance here. Okay, or perhaps they're not doing another video here. All right, they're setting up some barricades here. I'm not sure what this is for. Okay, so once again, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. My name is Redstorm Pro. We are live here in New York City, right along Times Square on this Friday the 13th night. We got dancing. I believe we have a street performance taking place right ahead there. All right, let's see what this is about here. Okay, looks like we had a little mishap there. Looks like they're gonna restart this. All right, take two, take two. Yes. All right, take two here. All right, so they're setting up some barricades here. I'm not sure what this is for, but let's look at the dances here, the performers here. We got simultaneous events taking place here.
No backs, no safety cords, no trampoline. We used to use it.
All right, looks like they got it right this time. Nice to see that. All right, so we got this street performance taking place right over here to the left, and we got this other group right here. They're doing their thing.
marches to step up to the orange zone. New York City, we need everyone to step up to the orange zone. You guys have nothing to be afraid of.
Okay, very nice here. Beautiful. All right, wow, very nice. That was a very nice performance there. Okay, very nice here. Excuse me? Excuse me? What is the name of the group here?
I can ask them.
Oh, okay. What's the name of the group here?
Oh, Wish to Rise. Wish to Rise.
Wish to Rise? Okay, very nice. Very nice here. Beautiful dancers. Okay, so we got this show here taking place. We have seen the street performance here before. All right, so let's join this show here.
Here we go, here we go. Whoa! Hey! Let's go, Trail! Let's go, Trail! Here we go, here we go. Let's go. Yeah. See you. Hey. Nice. Yeah. Whoa. If you like what you see, make some noise. Nice, Trail. Nice, nice, nice. Fire red. Whoa!
All right, we got some break-in action right here. Break dancing in Times Square.
Break. Okay, okay. Nice. See you. New York City, make some noise.
Yeah.
Shamgar. B-boy Shamgar, y'all don't break. I'm bad, I'm amazing. One arm. Nice. Nice. Ladies, if the man can't do that, leave him. I like to see for this guy. Yeah. If you like what you see, make some noise.
Yeah.
Dolly is in his shoe. Nice. Nice. Watch, Heather. Oh, my goodness. Make some noise, New York City. That's crazy, brother. That's too much. Here we go. That's a B-boy Shamgar, y'all. Worldwide, look it up. Let's go, Bill. Here we go. Whoa! Ladies, this guy's a stripper. Yeah. See you, Mel. One arm. Yay! Nice, Mel. Yeah. That's clean, buddy. That's clean. Nice, 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 Mel. Yeah. I see you, buddy. Nice. New York City, make some nice, Mel. Wow. Nice. Make some noise.
All right, give it up for the breakers here.
tallest member. Ladies, he's single. You can take him home. Let's go, baby. Watch him.
We are dancing like it's 1984 here.
New York City, make some noise for Larry, y'all. It's not easy. Next up, we got the youngest member. He's only 6 years old. Let's go, Monkey. Woo! You want my little brother? Say you want my little brother?
All right, very nice there.
Everybody clap your hands.
Yeah. Okay, Peter. We got Wish to Rise there. Okay, so if you guys want to follow them on Instagram, Peter just found their name there on Instagram. As we look at the breakers here, the break dancers.
Here we go. Everybody clap their hands. Cartwheel, buddy, cartwheel.
Oh, he can't do it? Oh, he's trying. All right. That's not bad.
Everybody clap. Everybody.
What's their Instagram? Wish to Rise. If you're referring to the group of dancers that we saw a few minutes ago.
How are you? What's your name? Levi? Everyone makes noise for the brave kid, Levi.
All right. Shout out to Levi here. He is the volunteer.
I said everyone, make some noise for the brave kid, Levi! Much better. You did a great job. We're going to take the show to a higher level. My partner, he's going to run, jump, flip over your head. Are you afraid? Yes or no? He said no. Make some noise.
Okay, this is their the group that we saw a few minutes ago. This is their Instagram page right here. Wish to Rise.
Ball guy right here. Raise your hand. We have a volunteer. Let's go. Everybody, clap those hands.
As we look at this group here, break dancers.
All the sexy white guys. Let's go. Hey, you. Let's go. Yes. Everybody, clap their hands. Let's go. Everybody, clap those hands. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna continue here. Oh, somebody's, I just kicked somebody's bottle right there. All right, so we're gonna continue here. Wish to Rise, I think they're still here and hanging around the square here. Okay, beautiful night here. Full of entertainment, free entertainment. And we got Lady Liberty here. All right, so we got an active night here in Times Square on this Friday the 13th night. And we got Alicia Keys here. I'm gonna have to mute that for a moment there. Okay, so we are back here too. Normal audio. We have another Lady Liberty here. We got Spider-Man here as well. And what's up to Enzo? What's up, Enzo? Hello to everybody in Sao Paulo. Okay, we have another street performance show taking place right here as well. We got all sorts of shows taking place here in Times Square. And hello to Becky. Nice to see you, Becky. Happy Friday the 13th. We are just hanging around here in Times Square on this Friday the 13th night. We saw the group earlier, Wish to Rise. If you guys want to follow them on Instagram, Wish to Rise, that is the group we saw about 10 minutes ago.
Comedy tickets, guys. Who's ready?
Okay, so as you guys can see here, we have an active night here in Times Square on this Friday night. The weekend is upon us. It is a cold, windy night, but as you guys can see, we still have plenty of folks out and about enjoying the night here. And we have another performance taking place on this side right here. So we have 3 simultaneous shows taking place right as we speak. Times Square is full of entertainment tonight. Okay, let's see what this one's about here. They're looking for a volunteer here. That guy's a volunteer. All knowledge is good knowledge. Okay, so we're going to continue here. And Peter says, I think the best music encounter was at the violinist and the keyboard player in Washington Square Park. That was memorable. That was memorable, and I definitely hope to see those guys back sometime either in the spring or in the summer. But that was a very, very memorable night over in Washington Square Park. That was a few months ago. That duo put on quite the performance that night in Washington Square Park. And I'm gonna try to see if I can find that stream. Let's see, we have to go back a few months at least. Let me see if I can find that stream somewhere in the YouTube app here. That was towards the end of the summer. Alright, so as we continue walking here in Times Square, thank you all once again for joining me here tonight on this Friday the 13th. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like the stream, make sure to subscribe as well. I did make a short video. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Peter. Let me go to my Instagram, not Instagram, let me go to my TikTok and show you guys that video here of the performance that took place that night. Let me go back here. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, that was not it. Okay, here it is. This is the video over from TikTok. If you guys are subscribed to my TikTok, that is what Peter is referring to. I can see my reflection here. Okay, so their names were Alan Zavosky and Adrian Justdanis. Alan Zavosky and Adrian Justdanis. You guys can find that video over on my TikTok page. What is the date here? Let me go back. What date was that? Oh, that's actually from July. Okay, July 14th. July 14th. I thought that was towards the end of summer, but obviously it wasn't. That was towards the middle of summer. Okay, my apologies there. All right, so that is from July 14th. July 14th. It actually doesn't seem like it was that long ago. I could have swore it was a bit more recently. Okay, so beautiful night here in Times Square as we look back here towards the square at the crossroads of the world. Very active night here. We got many folks enjoying the night here. And right here we have the newly renovated One Times Square, which is home to the ball drop, the New Year's ball drop. And the brand new observation deck, which we took a preview of during the ball drop test. That was back in December. If you guys want to look at that, that live stream was from December 31st. Okay, thank you, Peter. That was from Bastille Day, the French celebration. Okay, thank you, Peter. Thank you, thank you. And we have made our way over to 42nd Street. This is West 42nd Street. And we're going to check out, let's see what's going on over in Bryant Park on this Friday night. We got more Alicia Keys here. And Empire State of Mind. Okay, so thank you, Peter. If you guys want to look at their the full performance from Washington Square Park, just go back from the stream that took place on July 13th. That was for Bastille Day. And just fast forward the stream, maybe about a couple hours. That was towards the latter part of the stream there. And I definitely hope we can catch them again. We just gotta be there at the right place at the right time. And we got Guy Ferrero right here. And Planet Hollywood. This is their current location. That performance was no doubt one of the best moments that we have live streamed. Definitely a worthwhile moment. They put on quite the act there. That was pretty unbelievable what they did there that night. Pretty memorable. I'll definitely never forget that. I'll definitely never forget that. Okay, so we're just continuing our walk here right along 42nd Street. We are approaching 6th Avenue here, and we're gonna take a visit here to Bryant Park and just check out quickly what's going on inside of Bryant Park. No major events taking place there, so we're not gonna really expect much there. The Winter Village over in Bryant Park, that already came down. For those of you who were watching the live streams during the holiday season, we had the Bryant Park Winter Village. We got this bus here trying to make its way through. We got lots of traffic here. We got a really speedy biker there. And the Empire State Building. Look how windy it is, by the way. It is getting a bit windy right now. Beautiful Empire State Building. We could just see the spire there, the antenna of the Empire State Building. Okay, they are tearing up a lot of the park, getting it ready for the to lay the sod down for the spring and summer seasons. Yes, they'll be having all sorts of events throughout the warmer months here. We'll be having concerts here, comedy shows, all sorts of free events that'll be taking place here in Bryant Park. Of course, we got the musical chairs event that'll be taking place, I believe, either in May or in June. And by the way, there is a Bryant Park live webcam that you guys can find here on YouTube. Okay, so here we are, Bryant Park, of course, without the Winter Village, without the skating rink. As Peter just mentioned, they are preparing the lawn here for the spring and summer months. And we can see it right here. They have taken out, looks like they are doing some excavation work here to lay down the sod and the grass here. So this will definitely look a lot different come, I would say maybe by next month. We'll see. And there'll be a stage set up here right about this spot here is when is where they have the stages for all of the different events that'll be taking place throughout the warm months of the year. And right here we got the fountain, the famous fountain inside of Bryant Park. Okay, beautiful. Not much to see here since they are preparing the lawn here for the spring and summer months, as Peter just mentioned. So not much to see here. The Winter Village, the Bank of America Winter Village, has since been taken down since our last visit here. I believe that was back in January. All right, so as they prepared to welcome in the spring and summer months here in Bryant Park. And of course, we got the fountain fully running and functional. And right up there, that is One Vanderbilt. That is home to the summit observation deck right up there. And thank you, Peter, for the update, the subscriber update. We have gained about, let's see, 10 subscribers, 10 new subscribers. So thank you, Peter, for that update. Thank you to all of the new subs. You guys are always great. Okay, so some of the upcoming streams, this coming Tuesday, I'll be live to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade. That'll be taking place here in Manhattan, right along Fifth Avenue. That parade will be taking place at 11 a.m. And we have the New York International Auto Show, which will be taking place starting on April the 1st. That is the first of 2 media days. I'll be live on April the 1st to cover the New York International Auto Show from the Jacob Javits Convention Center. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And of course, we'll be doing the regular streams as well in between those events. And we do have Easter Parade as well, the Easter Bonnet Parade. That'll be taking place soon as well. Okay, let me just stop here for a moment to grab a picture as we continue our walk here. Oops, I think I just hit the wrong button here on my other phone. Okay, that's a beautiful shot. Okay, hold it still, and we just did that. All right. All right, so a rather empty Bryant Park. Very different than what we saw during our last visit here. I believe that was back in January. When the Winter Village was still up and operational here. And right up there, that spire right there, that is the Bank of America building. Or the Bank of America Tower right there. Hope everyone has had a wonderful week, and hopefully everyone has a wonderful weekend as we are starting the weekend here on the second week of March. It's hard to believe we are already in the middle of March. It seemed like yesterday we were just streaming the ball drop over in Times Square. I can't believe it's already been more than 2 months. This year is going by fast. This year is really flying. All right, so we're gonna head down towards Fifth Avenue here, and then we'll just proceed south. We're gonna make our way over into Union Square. We're gonna walk down to Union Square. Andrew, if you're here, you already know about Union Square. That is your little spot right there. And we have 76 of you watching the live stream here. So thank you all once again. Thank you for taking your time to be here with me on this Friday night, Friday the 13th. As we have made our way over the Fifth Avenue here at the southern end, or near the southern end of Midtown. All right, so we're just gonna continue walking here right along Fifth Avenue in a southern direction. We are heading towards. First, we're going to stop by Madison Square Park, and then from there we'll head down to Union Square. Ivan says it's been, let's see, Kung Fu Panda 4 came out 2 years ago in 2024. And you are hoping for Kung Fu Panda 5. Hopefully we get a fifth movie in that series. And thank you, Ivan. You've been here the whole time tonight. So thank you, Ivan. You've been here for, since I started here 2 hours ago. And thank you to everybody for being here, regardless of when you got here. All right, so we are here at Fifth Avenue on this Friday night, and we have William here. Hello, William. Great picture of a great city. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I don't have change. I'm sorry. We got some guy there asking for change. It is a beautiful night here in the Big Apple. And let me know, for all of the viewers right now, let me know what you guys think of the weather widget down at the bottom of the screen. If you guys would like to see more of that, just let me know. I have been experimenting with some of these widgets throughout the stream just to see what they look like. I definitely like this one since it is a bit minimal. It doesn't take up too much space on the screen here. And it's also a convenient way of getting the latest weather and time information, so you guys no longer have to type that in the chat. With the Nightbot, the command there. All of it is right here on the weather widget. And Peter here, who says the let's see, new 1000 band. Thank you, Peter, for that information. I did leave that out. Thank you, Peter. I would love to see more of them, and hopefully we'll get to see them in the act once again from inside of Washington Square Park. So that is the hope as we go into the spring and summer months. Okay, so we're gonna cross the street here since we have to make our way over on this side eventually, so might as well just do that now. As we make our way over to Madison Square, we got the Empire State Building, all nicely lit. Beautiful shot of the Empire State Building. Look how beautiful, look how magnificent it is. Hard to imagine that the Empire State Building is now a little over a century old. The Empire State Building was completed back on April the 11th of 1931. So just shy of a century, just shy of a century. And what's even more amazing is how fast the Empire State Building was constructed. It was constructed in just about a year and a half. The pace, how fast this famous super tall was constructed. And thank you, Peter, once again. Give the gift of a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It is definitely free to do so. It just takes one click or one press of a button, depending on where you're watching this live stream from. And Shamir, hello Shamir. It still looks like a modern design. Yes, it does. The Empire State Building, along with the Chrysler Building, they have their design, their Art Deco design, has aged incredibly well. That's what makes it so hard to believe that this building is almost already a century old. It looks just as good as it did on the day it opened back in 1931. Beautiful, beautiful building. And it was the tallest building in the world for about 40 years. The Empire State Building was the tallest building from when it opened in 1931 up to about, I believe, 1973, when the World Trade Center opened, the original World Trade Center, the Twin Towers. So it was the tallest building in the world for about 40 years. And while it hasn't been the tallest building for about 50 years now, it is still perhaps the most beautiful skyscraper ever built. It's certainly the most iconic for sure, along with the Chrysler Building. It's impossible not to look up and just admire this building. No matter how many times you see it, it is awe-inspiring. As we make our way here to 34th Street, this is East 34th Street here, right between East and West. Fifth Avenue is the dividing street, the dividing line between East and West. So this is looking west right here, and this is East right over here. You guys can see the street sign right there. Beautiful 34th Street. ABT is asking, which country is this? Well, that's a good guess. Any guesses as to where we are right now? What country are we located in right now? Well, here's a hint. This is an mostly English speaking country. And we have another hint right there. That building right there, that tall building right up there, that's a big hint right there. I was just talking about it a minute ago. Where are we right now? We are somewhere in the future. Well, here's another hint as to where we are. We got Starbucks right there. That's definitely a giveaway. William says we are in the Big Apple. Well, that's certainly the nickname of the city we're in. Although we still gotta figure out which country we are in. Which country is this? What country are we located in right now? All right, let me mute that for a second. Okay, you guys can see it right there in the lower third. That is another hint as to, well, that's a hint as to where we are as far as the city is concerned. So great, they named it twice. New York, New York, indeed. And right over here we have, this is Koreatown. This is Koreatown right over here. This is West 31st Street right here. This is Koreatown. Well, actually, this is 32nd Street. I'm sorry, 32nd Street and Koreatown right over here. Chenmia says we are in America. Well, that could be North America, that could be South America, that could be Central America. William says we are in the USA. That is the correct answer, William. Okay. We are here in the United States of America. All right, so there is your answer, ABT. We are in the United States. We are located in New York City, the biggest city in the country. Okay, so we're gonna make our way over down to Madison Square and the Flatiron District. That is where we are heading to next. The Flatiron District and Madison Square Park. On this Friday night, it is almost 10 o'clock. What is the time now? It is 9:31 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, there is the link right there. Okay, and let me get back to the World Baseball Classic. I did give an update earlier in the stream for those of you interested in the World Baseball Classic, which is taking place at the moment. We did have two games, two quarterfinal games in that tournament. We had the Dominican Republic taking on Korea. The Dominican Republic beating the Korean team 10-0, 10-0. And we do have one other game taking place right now between Team USA and Canada. The USA is leading Team Canada 3-0, 3-0. They are in the bottom of the 5th inning. These are the elimination rounds of the World Baseball Classic, and we do have two more games taking place tomorrow, two more quarterfinal games between Puerto Rico and Italy, and we have Venezuela taking on Japan. So those are the two other quarterfinal games taking place tomorrow in the World Baseball Classic. And Shamir, any British design here? I would think they are. I'm sure there's some in and around Manhattan here. I don't know of any specific ones, but I'm sure they're all around us. Okay, so beautiful night here. Friday the 13th. And shout out to Jason, who is, I believe he is at the bottom of Crystal Lake. Peter says, I never knew there was a World Baseball Classic. Yes, there is. That is the World Cup of Baseball. Japan, they have won the tournament, I believe, 3 times. The USA, they have won the tournament 1 time, and the Dominican Republic, they have won the tournament 1 time as well. The tournament, the World Baseball Classic, began back in, I believe it was 2006. And Team Italy has been the surprise team of this year's World Baseball Classic. They defeated the United States when was it? I believe it was on Tuesday. They defeated Team USA, but Team USA, they did manage to advance into the quarterfinal rounds. I like the building with the big clock. Which one is that? I know the most famous building with a clock is perhaps Big Ben over in London. Okay, so here we are in New York City, right along 5th Avenue. We are located in Midtown Manhattan on this beautiful Friday the 13th night. Thank you all once again for joining me here. We are 2.5 hours into this live stream. We are going to end the stream once we get to about 3 hours. That is usually what I aim for during these live streams. Alright, so once again, I'll be live on Tuesday for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. That'll be taking place right along 5th Avenue here, although a bit north here. We are at the southern, near the southern tip of 5th Avenue here. So we'll be back here on Tuesday to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade. That'll be taking place Tuesday morning, so make sure you guys join me for that parade. And that is one of the biggest parades of the year. As we are making our way here into the Flatiron District and Madison Square Park. Okay, and speaking of buildings with clocks, we have this one right here. Of course, this is the famous the Metropolitan Life Insurance Building. Right behind those trees there, you can see the clock right there. On north sides of the building, that is the Metropolitan Life Insurance Building. And we'll get closer to that once we get into the park. Okay, so we are entering Madison Square Park here. And this building right here as well, this is this one right here with the golden crown up there. That is the New York Life building. That is the New York Life building right there. Another one of the classical Art Deco style buildings here. And right over here we can see the Metropolitan Life Insurance building with its famous clocks. Let me zoom in on that. There you guys can see it. And let me zoom in right here on the New York Life building. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, and we do have the dog run right over here. I believe we have we might have a couple of dogs right over here. I bet it is no fun changing those clocks for daylight savings time. They just had to work on that a week ago. It's all mechanical. It's all mechanical. They have to change it by hand. Okay, we do have a couple of dogs here in the dog run right over here. We have this fella right over here as well. Let me zoom in on him or her. All right, we got some fetch playing right here. Beautiful night to take your dog out right here. This is called Jemmy's Dog Run right here inside of Madison Square Park. And we have Paolo Sergio here from Brazil. Hello to everybody in Brazil. And right over here we have the famous building for which this area is named. This is the Flatiron building right here behind the tree. That is the Flatiron building. That is one of the earliest skyscrapers to be built here in New York City. That building is being converted into apartment buildings. That is a former office building which is becoming a residential building now. They are converting that building into residences. Beautiful night here in Madison Square Park. And we have Zoofeed here. Zoofeed, hello Zoofeed.
From here, you told me if I got
Okay, this is 23rd Street right here. This is East 23rd Street. How's it going, Zoofeed? Okay, so from Madison Square Park, we're gonna make our way over to Union Square and Union Square Park. That will be one of our last stops for the night here. Thank you all once again for taking your time off to join me here tonight. It has been a rather quiet night, although we did see some dancing and performances taking place over in Times Square. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like the stream here and make sure to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's take a look at the current jackpots here for the lotteries. We have the New York, we got the Mega Millions jackpot, which is currently at $50 million. And we have Powerball right here. That jackpot is currently at $75 million. And this stand right here, they have sold some winning tickets here as well. If you guys want to try your luck, you can come to the stand right here, this new stand. This one is located on East 22nd Street and Broadway. We are on this is Broadway right over here. So 22nd Street and Broadway. If you guys want to try out your luck here, they have had some winners here. Oh, they even sold a $7 million ticket here. Wow. That was back on 2017. Okay. All right. So this newsstand here, they have a good track record of lottery winners here. Okay, congratulations to all of the winners who bought their winning tickets right here at this newsstand.
She was like, I would love to.
All right, we got a good vibe here tonight. It is a quiet night, but we got good vibes nevertheless. Just a little distraction from all of the chaos and all of the problems and conflicts taking place all throughout the world. The cold is over. I wouldn't say it is over just yet. Perhaps within the next couple of weeks. We are still in the winter season here. And we got the non-profit here. Good morning, non-profit. Although the temperatures, they are definitely much warmer than what we saw last month and, you know, during the snowstorms here. Although they are much cooler than what we saw earlier in the week, where we had temperatures in the 70s and 80 degrees, which is hard to believe that Central Park actually recorded a reading of 80 degrees. That was the earliest that Central Park has ever recorded for 80 degrees, setting a new record there. That was back on Tuesday.
That was nice also. See where they have flags there? That's where Teddy Roosevelt was born.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so right now we are making our way into Union Square and Union Square Park.
Do you know what the best thing was? Is the
It has been a great Friday the 13th. Okay, Nonprofit is asking if you guys have been getting hit from all sides with very strange weather patterns. We definitely have been seeing some rather bipolar weather here. You know, we had the blizzard 2 weeks ago. Then we had you know, spring-like weather. We had snow last night. Yesterday into last night we had and now we're back here to. It's just you know, the weather patterns are just all over the place. I believe that is all part of the climate changes that we have been experiencing throughout the years here. Some of it, of course, might be man-made, and others, of course, natural. It all depends on how you see it. We have the sounds of the subway right underneath these grates. We have the subway right underneath us here. Not sure if you guys heard it, but that was the subway. One of the subway lines running here into Union Square. And thank you, Peter, for the update here. 8,330 subscribers. That is about 20 new subscribers tonight. Thank you to all of the new subs. Okay, we got mimosas in the morning, we got pina coladas in the afternoon, and mulled cider in the evening. Wow, that sounds like a good menu for the day. Why not? And we have Boo here. Hello, Boo. Nice to see you, Boo. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the channel. Once again, if you guys would like to follow me on TikTok, the link is right there in the chat. So make sure to follow me there as well. And we got lots of folks here. Look at all of the folks all around us here. It is an active. Look how active it is here on this Friday night, Friday the 13th. We got lots of folks enjoying the night all throughout here. Okay, and we have made our way over to Union Square. This is Union Square here, as well as Union Square Park. Beautiful night here. As we got folks heading into the subway. It looks like they're either heading home or perhaps they're heading to a club or something. Just spend the night out. Nonprofit is asking, do you still have the old-time jazz clubs left from the golden era, or is it mostly refurbished with new contemporary? I'm not sure if I'm the right person that can answer that question. Perhaps Peter can look into that. I'm not really sure about that. I'm sorry about that. I am from the wrong generation. in regards to that question. New York, of course, is one of the homes to jazz, as you know, along with New Orleans, places like New Orleans. You know, we do have a big jazz scene here as well. So no doubt, I would definitely think if I was able to answer that question, I would definitely say yes. But you know, without any specifics as to you know, the locations and the establishments and the venues and stuff. But definitely in New York. New York is definitely one of the homes to jazz. How old do you think I am? Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm not really too sure. Okay, so this is Union Square, and we are looking inside here. This is Union Square Park. All right, we do have some music playing across the street, so I'm gonna have to mute that for about a minute. So let me just mute that and play my own music over that. Okay, and we are back here to normal audio. I did have to mute the microphone here for a couple of minutes. All right, so we are back here. Right now we are walking along. This is University Place. Our last stop during tonight's stream will be Washington Square Park. So that is where we are heading next. Our last and final stop, our next and final stop, I should say, during tonight's live stream. Peter says the best jazz clubs are the Blue Note in Greenwich Village, also the Village Vanguard at 7th Avenue South in West Village, and 55 Bar in Greenwich Village. Okay, and speaking of the Village, we are actually not far from those establishments. We are not far from those establishments. Thank you, Peter, for that information. Perhaps I can look up one of those locations here, and maybe we can stop by since we are nearby. Let's see. Let me look at the Village Vanguard first. Thank you, Peter, for that information. Okay, so I'm looking up the Village Vanguard. I believe that might be the closer one of the two from where we are right now. Okay. Okay, so we are maybe about a 10-minute walk from the Village Vanguard. So if you guys would like to check that out, I can definitely do that. And perhaps that'll be our last stop here during the live stream. So let's check out that bar there. Okay, the Blue Note. Let me check out what the Blue Note is. I'm trying to see which one is closer so we can visit those spots. Okay, so let me just look up the Blue Note here real quick. Let me see where it is compared, you know, to where we are. The Blue Note Jazz Club. All right, let's see where that is specifically here. Where is it? Okay, okay, it's just over. Okay, it's just about a block or so from Washington Square. So we could check out the Blue Note since since I was originally heading to Washington Square. So let's check out the Blue Note, and then I'll end the stream there. All right, so we're just gonna do a quick walk through Washington Square, and then we'll just stop by the Blue Note, since it is about just outside of Washington Square Park on the southern end there. Okay, so thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter, and thank you to Nonprofit for that question there. So we'll just we're gonna be stopping by one of those clubs there, the Blue Note. The Blue Note. That is where we're heading. First, we are heading to Washington Square, since that was the original final destination. And from there, we'll just stop by the Blue Note and end the stream there. Yes, Peter, I do have it here on my map. I am not familiar with those clubs, so that's the reason why I had to look it up. Okay, but we are nearby. We are definitely nearby.
I don't know if I look back at it.
And Peter with the address there, 131 West 3rd Street. That is right behind, just outside of Washington Square on the southern end here. All right, so that will be our last stop. That will be our last stop. The Blue Note Jazz Club. It is now 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Eastern Time Zone, 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Well, lucky for me, I don't have any kids, so I don't have to worry about that. No children here, so I don't have to answer that question. Although if I did have any children, they'll be at home right now. Okay, you guys can see, we can see the One World Trade Center right there in the distance. That is One World Trade Center with the green spire there. That is One World Trade Center. The tallest building, not only in New York, but also on the Western Hemisphere.
So he had a crash.
All right, so we're gonna visit Washington Square Park real quick on this Friday night. I don't really expect to see anything there. And once we get past Washington Square Park, we're gonna stop by the jazz club there, the Blue Note Jazz Club. And I will end the stream there. First time viewer, Nonprofit, thank you for subscribing to the channel. It is greatly appreciated. And for your little reward there, we'll be stopping by the Blue Note Jazz Club. That is your little reward for subscribing to the channel here.
I don't know why she recorded.
Okay, and once again, I'll be live tomorrow. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but I'll definitely be live tomorrow at around, I would say maybe after around 7 p.m. So I'll be live again I'll be live once again tomorrow as we check out the city on Saturday night. Saturday night live from New York. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. We'll be live tomorrow. And we're gonna be live as well on Tuesday to cover the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Oh yes, my name is Ricky. Thank you, Peter. Yes, that is my name. You guys can call me Ricky. I am your host for tonight, and all of my guests, you guys have all been great. Okay, by the way, this little alleyway right here, this is Washington Muse. This little street here, this little alleyway, this is all part of NYU, New York University. Beautifully lit. Let me grab a picture here. We have been here before. Okay, I think that last picture came out blurry. Let me, the picture that I'm taking with my other phone here, let me just redo it again. You guys might see my phone there in the video. Okay, I think that's a better picture. And by the way, these pictures will be uploaded here to the channel under the post section as well as on Instagram. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll be posting all of the pictures there as well. There's the shot right here that I just took of the alleyway right here. Beautiful shot there. The Blue Note is quite famous as Sarah Vaughan and Dizzy Gillespie. Am I saying it right? Gillespie and Lionel Hampton have performed there. Thank you, Peter, for the information there. I don't have much knowledge in regards to jazz. That's why I was not able to answer that question earlier. So I don't really have much knowledge in regards to jazz, but I do know that New York is one of the homes to jazz. We definitely do have a pretty sizable jazz scene here. Cobblestone walkway. Yes, we just passed it right here. This is all cobblestone right over here. This has been all, actually the cobblestones, this is all original. We can see it right here once again. This is all cobblestone. Much of these streets here in New York City used to be in cobblestone, laid out in cobblestone. This is just one example of some of the remaining streets in cobblestones. Okay, so we have made our way back here towards Fifth Avenue. This is the southern end of Fifth Avenue, the southern terminus, right in front of Washington Square Park, which is right here to my left. And we also have the famous arch right here of Washington Square Park, which resembles, by the way, it resembles the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, France. All right, so we're just gonna walk through Washington Square Park real quick here on this Friday night, and then from there we'll just stop by the jazz club there, the Blue Note Jazz Club, and then we'll end the stream there for the night. Washington Square Park, for those of you who did not watch the last stream, which was during the blizzard of 2026, we had a big snowball fight here. we had hundreds of folks participating in that big snowball fight. If you guys missed that, you can always go back to the last stream, which was from 2 weeks ago. That was during the blizzard of 2026. We were here for the big snowball fight. Beautiful Washington Square and the arch here. And we can zoom in on the Empire State Building right there as well, looking down Fifth Avenue. All right, we do have some music playing there, so I'm gonna try to, right near the fountain, we do have some music playing there, so I'm gonna try to avoid getting too close to that music. And right over here, we can see a closer look at One World Trade Center. All beautifully lit tonight.
Oh my god, I gotta die, bro. Like, bro, what the fuck?
All right, we got some folks hanging around here in Washington Square Park. And by the way, I did mention this before in past streams while we were here in Washington Square Park. Washington Square Park, this is one of the most haunted spots in New York City, especially here at night. There have been many reports of apparitions walking in and around the park and just roaming the park here. So this is known as one of the most haunted locations in New York City. And the main reason of that is because right underneath us, we have a burial ground here. A potter's field with thousands of bodies laying to rest here. So this is while it is a modern day park, today this is the history going back here. This used to be a potter's field, a burial ground, and we have thousands of bodies right underneath us here in Washington Square Park. So as we walk here, we're also walking on a cemetery. We have a long history here in Washington Square Park, and it is also one of the most haunted locations in the city here. All right, so that is a quick look here at Washington Square Park. And right now we are heading to the Blue Note Jazz Club. That would be our final stop for tonight's stream. We are just about a block away, or 2 blocks away here. Actually, I think we are, yeah, we're about maybe 2 or 3 blocks away. Okay, so that is where we're heading next. Right along 3rd Street here. Did they relocate the bodies, or is it like the catacombs in Paris? The bodies are right here. They're all buried underneath all of the concrete and asphalt here, and they are all here. So anytime you guys visit Washington Square Park, just be aware that you're walking on a cemetery with the bodies still buried underneath us here. And I can only imagine just how scary the catacombs of Paris is, especially, you know, with all of the paths, and it's basically a big maze with skulls and skeletons and human remains all over the place. I can imagine just how scary it is to visit that location in person. All right, so that is a look, one more look here at Washington Square Park as we make our way over to the Blue Note Jazz Club. That is our final stop during this live stream here tonight. That's a lot of energy, pissed off dead New Yorkers. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. All right, so let's make our way over to the jazz club here, the Blue Note, and then we'll just end the stream there. So thank you all once again. For those of you still here, thank you once again. You guys have been fantastic. Fantastic. And thank you, Prophet, for becoming a new subscriber here. And thank you for asking the jazz question as we are visiting the Blue Note. A couple of blocks down from here. All right, so this is West 3rd Street here. As we make our way through the village, this is the Greenwich Village area here of Manhattan. We got more music here. Gonna have to mute that for a second. Okay, and we are back here to normal audio. Okay, and let's see, I did miss a comment here from Choda, who says, world society is built on the backs of our ancestors, literally speaking. In the case of Washington Square, literally. And thank you for your stream. Thank you, nonprofit. Thank you to everybody. All right, so we are making our way over to the Blue Note Jazz Club, which is just down the street here. We're just about a block away. Actually, you guys saw, let me zoom in. You can see the banner right over here. Let me zoom in on the banner right there. There it is right there. Oops. Right there, we can see the banner right there, hanging off the flagpole. And Ivan, who says Jack Black did a cover version of Baby One More Time in Kung Fu Panda 4. Very interesting to know. Jack Black, he's such a funny guy. All right, this is McDougal Street, by the way. Look how active it is here along McDougal Street in the village. We have active night here right along McDougal Street here in the village. As we make our way over to, we gotta watch out from some power cables down here. All right, we have Notorious here. Thank you for the scenery. Please be safe in the village. The village is a pretty safe neighborhood here. Okay, we got a line here. Looks like they're trying. This line right here might be to get into the Blue Note Jazz Club here. Oh wow, looks like it's wrapping around here. Let me make my way through this line here. Yes, we are live here. Want to say hello?
Hey, hi.
How's it going?
Hello.
You're heading into the Blue Note?
Yes.
Okay, look at the line here. Wow. We got a lot of folks here waiting to get into the Blue Note Jazz Club here. Wow, okay. Hello, how's it going? We got a lot of folks here enjoying the night here. They're preparing to listen to some jazz music and see some performances. I believe there's some performances here as well. It is bustling tonight. Hey! Wow. Look at the line of folks here. How many folks can they fit in there? Well, I'm sorry. It's okay. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at the line here, stretching down the block, right in front of the Blue Note right here. Must be a good spot. I would think it's a good spot. I would think it's a perfect spot with all of the folks trying to get in here. Okay, here it is, the Blue Note Jazz Club. It says the capital of, not sure what the rest of it says there. Look at the scene here in front of the Blue Note Jazz Club. I told you it was a very popular jazz club. I can see that, Peter. It's funny because I passed the venue here and I didn't think just how important and significant it was. Shout out to Peter, shout out to Prophet. I would not be here, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that question, that jazz question. Okay, we can zoom in right here. Some of the performers here. Okay, very nice. Very nice. We got a lively vibe here. Right along 3rd Street in front of the Blue Note Jazz Club. Look how far down this line stretches. All right, we got a lot of folks attending the venue here tonight on this Friday the 13th. This is an exceptionally long line here. Okay, jazz music in the house tonight. Look how far down this goes. Thank you to Prophet for bringing us here. And thank you for Peter. Thank you to Peter for suggesting the location here. Thank you to Prophet for the question. And thank you to Peter for mentioning this location. Look at the line here, right in front of the pizza shop as well. You can wait in line and grab some pizza while you wait. All right, so let's walk down the line here one more time. It is definitely buzzing tonight, and we're just outside. We're not even inside of the venue. Can you imagine how buzzing it is inside? This is just the scene outside, waiting to get in. Okay, wow. And we have a comedy club right outside, right here, right across the street. That is called the Comedy Cellar at the Village Underground. We got all of these venues right along 3rd Street here. We got the black, what is that? The Fat Black Pussycat Club there as well. All of these venues here, but none of them can compare to what we have here right across the street and the Blue Note Jazz Club. Look how buzzing it is right now as folks line up to get inside. Amazing energy here tonight. Amazing energy. I might have to come here one night just to get the experience. We might have to come back here one night just to get the full experience of this place. All right, very nice. Wow, we got a lot of energy here tonight. It is Friday the 13th, right along 3rd Street, outside of the Blue Note Jazz Club, with hundreds of folks lining up, enjoying some jazz music. on this Friday night here. We got a lively scene all throughout the village here. This is the Greenwich Village neighborhood here. This is always a lively area, lively neighborhood, regardless of the time and day and season. It is always a lively mood here all throughout the village here. Ricky, I think you should go there one time. I definitely would like to. If it's possible to live stream inside, I definitely would do that. I would have to find that out ahead of time. But if it's possible, then yes, I could definitely do that one day. Or should I say one night? We would have to be here on the night. Trust me, it will be an experience, although old timers like Dizzy Gillespie and Lionel Hampton won't be there. Thank you for that, Ricky. Thank you, Prophet, for suggesting that question. And thank you to Peter for giving us the directions here.
And Mike.
All right, so let's just walk here for another minute or so, just to get more of the village vibe here. So we're just gonna walk for about another block or two here, and then we'll just end the stream here in the middle of the village.
Waffle House is like operating.
I hear you.
All right, this is Minerva Place right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I will be ending the stream here, right here in the middle of Greenwich Village, right along, I believe this is 6th Avenue here. All right, so thank you all once again for joining me here tonight. This was a fantastic live stream. It started out pretty slow, but as you guys can see, we ended it on a very high note with a lot of energy, a lot of good vibes here in the village. If you guys haven't already done so, make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. There's the graphic right there. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow for another live stream, so make sure you guys join me as we continue to explore New York City. Beautiful night here, Friday the 13th night here in the village, Greenwich Village on my hand. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. That live stream will start at around 7 p.m. or right after 7 p.m. as we just walk around and enjoy the sights and sounds here. Thank you, Prophet. Thank you, Peter. Thank you to everybody once again. You guys have been fantastic. You guys have been great. I will see you guys here tomorrow for the next live stream. Thank you for your lovely time and your sheer tongue twister, dynamism. Blessings. Thank you, Prophet. All right, so once again, we are in the village. Happy Friday the 13th. May everybody have a good night. Have a good weekend. God bless you all. We'll be back here tomorrow as we continue to explore New York City on this weekend here in March. Thank you once again, and have a good night from Greenwich Village, just outside of the Blue Note Jazz Club. God bless you all, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.